welcome in everybody. I'm Brandon Little Stroop, and welcome to the Dream is the Journey podcast. We're back. I'm your host. Welcome in. Thank y'all for tuning in. For everybody that's tuned in, or anybody that's tuned in right now, we're going to talk about dreams, goals, ambitions, hardships. We're going to talk about everything, literally, in our episodes. I want to touch bases on everything, and a lot of the things that I talk and speak with you guys about, I actually experienced and went through a lot of that stuff, um, dealing with hardships, dealing with, you know, a lot of problems that you could even imagine, spiritually, mentally, physically, being hurt, broken spirited, things of that nature. So a lot of things I speak about from actual experience as well too. And I haven't experienced everything. I'm still learning. I'm still fighting through life, finding my way, trying to be for the betterment of myself. But hopefully this can be useful for to others and to be able to help others and use as a platform for everybody just to be able to collab with each other and everybody to build on each other, and to be helpful, be a resource, and let people know that they aren't alone. That life is hard. A lot of hardships come in life for most of us. Most of us are not born with a silver spoon, and if you are born into a situation where things are handed to you, you should be very grateful. But you're gonna face a lot of, everybody's gonna face challenges. That's just a part of life. That's just the way it is. Um, Me and my family, I'm so grateful for my mother's teachings. So grateful for my biological father. Only reason why I say biological father, only reason I say the term like that is because my heavenly father, who I put first overall, but my dad here on earth has been great to me as well too. But I'm grateful for my teachings that the Heavenly Father and my mother has given me. So let's get right into it though. Welcome back, guys. Thank y'all for being tuned in again. I hope this could be helpful and useful to somebody. So we always talk about dream chasing, um, what that entails, what that comes with, what that means, right? One of the things I just spoke about this in one of my recordings. I recorded a short message, speaking to everybody, saying that when you decide to put all your eggs in to your dreams, eggs in one basket, as we would say in the United States, when you decide to put everything into your dreams, your heart, soul, spirit, everything, you're like, man, I'm gonna fight hard, I'm gonna work hard for it, I'm gonna give it everything I got. Sometimes you have this like vision, even if you say, I know it's gonna take time, right? But you have this vision of everything being good and everything just slowly working into your favor. What you don't account for is the sleepless nights. What you don't account for is the very hard days. What you don't account for is the days you're just not gonna feel like wanting to do anything because everything just seems so hard. That's what we don't account for. We have this vision of everything just slowly working into, which it does, right? But you don't put into account of all the hardships and all the hard moments that are going to come with that. So in saying that, you must be aware of that. So when you're speaking to people, right, and you're just saying, if somebody's close to you, say, "Oh man, you can do it." Yeah, they can do it. Yes, but give them some knowledge. If you have some knowledge, give them some knowledge on some situations that they might occur and so they can be prepared. You can give them some wisdom for it, right? If you have some wisdom, pass that wisdom on. And for everybody out there, just letting you know who has big dreams, I want all of y'all, chase your dreams, make it happen, work extremely hard, get it done. But man, there are gonna be days where you just don't feel like doing it. There are gonna be days you don't want to get up. There are gonna be days that you might not get up, if I'm being honest. You might not get it done, if I'm being honest. There are going to be days that you might not want to push yourself and you might not push yourself. That's the reality of it. because sometimes if you go through the struggle so much, it takes its toll on you. Now, let me come in and say something. There are times where the Heavenly Father doesn't want you to do anything, right? I dealt with a situation recently, me personally myself, and I'm just using this as an example, right? Where I've been working extremely hard for so long. I haven't taken a vacation. I don't know when. Y'all been grinding, training, doing everything I can to make my dreams come true, right? Now I encountered a situation where the Most High Heavenly Father told me to be still. He literally said, "Don't do anything," right? And for a couple of days, I didn't do anything. He said, "I need to work something out for you." So sometimes you come across, and when you need to listen to him, you need. That's why it's so important to pray to him and to get in your word and read and stuff like that. I always encourage people to do that because when you get to those moments right there, and I'm not perfect, y'all. I'm not some guy who's trying to come over here as a saint, prophet, or anything. I'm not. No, that's not what I'm doing. I'm coming on here and saying, keep your prayers strong, because so that way, in those times, you can know, okay, I just need to be still. Doesn't want you to. He may not want you to put any more work in that situation for the moment, even towards your dreams. Just be still. Be still. I need to work something out for you. In those moments, you might even be like the first time it happens, you're gonna be like, man, I gotta. You're either gonna try to keep pushing, or you might do something that either might mess up what he has for you, or it just might not be the right time to be pushing yourself through that. So you got to be able to distinct to be able to know, because he does. The rest is very important. When it's time to rest, when it's time to recover, relax, it's very important. They're just as important as putting in the work. But you got to put in the work. You're going to have to put in an unbelievable amount of work to make your dreams happen. But be willing to do that. Be encouraged, right? Don't be discouraged about situations. Don't be, well, I mean, naturally as a human, like you're going to feel discouraged when things don't go your way. So let me say this: when something doesn't go your way, don't let it be like a bomb to blow everything up for you. All right? Naturally as a human, like even the Bible says, be angry and sin not. So it's okay to be a little frustrated. It's okay to even be upset. It's okay to be mad about something. Something didn't go your way. You've been working hard for it and it didn't work right, right? But don't not allow that to make you become out of character and not be who you are. You got to stay with it through those times. Stay connected, right? When I say stay connected, that means you may not like what's going on. You're not going to like what's going on. You're not going to like the situation. You're not going to like that losing, that feel of loss, or that feel of defeat. You're not going to like that feeling at all. But stay connected to the journey, because you never know what's on the other side for you. But you got to know that one day, the other side that's waiting for you, it opens up. Maybe a lot of years, maybe a lot of months, a lot of hardships, dedication towards everything. But one day, those doors open, right? Those opportunities open up for you, and you'll be put in the right positions. And it's easy to say, well, Brandon, you know, how do you say that? I say that because I'm right with you in those situations, waiting for my opportunity. I'm right with you. I'm doing my best to believe that my time is coming, my opportunities are coming for me to be able to reach my goals and dreams and stuff like that. I got a lot I want to do. I got a lot of big dreams. I haven't reached them yet, right? But I'm trying to continue myself to believe in what I'm speaking to you guys about. I'm feeling those same feelings, every emotion and feeling that I talk to you about, that I know that you're probably feeling. I felt it. The feeling of loss, betrayal, defeat, even betrayal of my own self. Like when I say that in the sense of like, I felt like I wasn't good enough in a situation. I didn't do what I was supposed to do in situations. Some situations I didn't do good enough to make it happen, right? It's part of being not perfect. Um, but also there were situations that weren't meant for me. And that's why it didn't work out. It wasn't on me. It was on it just that's just the way it didn't work. It wasn't supposed to work. Because that's not what the Heavenly Father had in store for me. And you gotta try to we got to try to believe the same thing. Cause it's not always easy for me to believe that, man. It's not, with people, doubt creeps in. The enemy creeps in. He tries to tell doubt. He speaks doubt, negativity to you. And all you can see is the bad in those moments. So all you want to listen to is the negativity in those moments because that's all you can see. That's all you feel like you can see, right? But it's a little saying. We always look at the glass half empty, but you got to look at the glass half full as well too. What does that mean? Exactly what it means. You're looking at the empty part of the glass, but you're not looking at the part that's half full as well. So you're not looking at the blessings in that half full glass. You're not looking at everything that comes with a half full glass. We're breathing. If we can move, we have the ability to move. If we have the ability to study, if we have our ability to chase our dreams still, as long as you're breathing, the glass is always half full. As long as you're breathing, have an opportunity to get up and get your dreams going, the glass is still half full. And that's what you got to hang your hat on. You can't hang your hat on the fact that everything is going the wrong way. Everything is going south. Everything's going bad. Right? Because honestly, it feels like that a lot of times. It feels like that. It just feels like overwhelming. You're going to feel overwhelmed. You're going to feel like it's too much. I mean, you gonna feel just like everything's crushing down on you. You're just gonna feel smushed. You're gonna feel like you can't breathe. You're gonna feel like, and then you feel like you don't ever get a break. You're like, man, golly, I just went through something. I can't catch a break. Literally, as a saying, I can't catch a break. It's not about catching a break. You know, the thing, if you think about it, it's not about catching a break. It's just about, okay, if I'm in a boxing ring and I'm having a boxing match, right? How hard is my head, right? And you're gonna be like, what? What does that mean? Like, okay, how many hits can I take, right? I'm getting hit with, if you ever watched the Rocky Balboa movie, Rocky One, he's fighting Creed, and Creed's giving him everything he got. It's like life. Life is giving. Rocky had been through so much by that time frame. He was an undercard guy. He was a guy who had all these fights, wasn't really recognized, was a good but not good fighter technically. You know what I mean? Like he was good. People just didn't get to see that greatness in him. And when he got the opportunity to show his greatness, he hung in there through the whole fight. Didn't win that fight against Creed, but wind up beating Creed in the next movie to become the champion. So he hung in there and took all those hits. And sometimes what we don't understand is those each one of those hits is bringing us some type of lesson, some type of learning experience. Because when you lift weights, you're breaking down your body. And the pain from that is breaking down your body to help your muscles grow to become bigger. So when you're lifting weights, your muscles just don't become bigger because they're swelling up. No, your body breaks down first. It tears, the muscle tears so it can grow to be bigger, right? So that's a situation in life when you're getting hit by all these situations, you're getting hit by all these different problems, all these things that are going on. That's just that's literally situations to help you become stronger to become the person that you want to become. I was speaking with my mom about something here recently, And I was like, I didn't ask the Heavenly Father for patience. Now we have a little saying, don't ask don't ask God for patience if you ain't ready for what comes afterwards. Because when you ask the Heavenly Father for patience to help you develop more patience, you are going to be, he's not going to just give you more patience. He's going to give you situations that force you to become more patient. And I'm telling you, it's not something that anybody wants to go through. Nobody can tell me they want to go through that or willing to go through that. And here recently, I felt like I was being tested a lot with my patience. I'm like, I didn't ask him to be more patient. I'm laughing and I asked the Father to forgive me if I'm wrong, but I'm laughing, but I'm like, I didn't ask him for more patience. Why is he testing my patience? And then I felt like he told me it was necessary for where I want to be in life, for what things I want to do. It was necessary. And we don't know, but in spiritual sense, he's always looking out for. In every sense, he's always looking out for us. He knows that I need to develop more patience. I I was like, man, I feel good. I feel like I'm a good person. I feel like I do a lot of great things. I know I make a lot of mistakes, but I feel like I am a patient person. But on my journey, you know, I've had to learn a lot of patience to keep persevering, to keep pushing. And all of us are going to have to, all of us, it's going to come with a lot of perseverance, a lot of pushing through stuff. And I said in a message that I sent on my TikTok, maybe yesterday or the day before yesterday, and I was speaking about, man, my train of thought. I just lost my train of thought. Oh my goodness, help me, Father. We'll come back to that. I'll think of it in a second. But a lot of my messages have been about different scenarios and different situations that I feel like what we as people are going to have to deal with, and things that we are going to deal with, situations, relationships, family, friends. You know, I've been saying some things like, and it's true. If you're around people who make you feel, don't be around people who make you feel like you have less value or that you have less worth. Don't be around those people. Why be around those people? Why speak to those people? Those people that drain your energy. You feel like you don't know your own value, your own worth, you know? Um, it's like, and I don't want to, I'm going to use this analogy, but it's like someone who sleeps with somebody famous because that person is famous. They lose their value or their worth. They lose their worth and their thought of themselves just because this person is this famous person who cares probably nothing about you. You know what I mean? And so we cannot lose our value, our and not know our value. Because when you don't know your value, you lose your value, right? So if you're around a group of people or a person specifically who makes you feel less than you are, who makes you doubt yourself, doubt your dreams, doubt your situation about yourself, man, you can't be around that person, man. That's just is what it is. If they make you feel like they're higher than you, they're better than you, you're on a low, you're lower than them, man, get rid of them people. Trust me, you will be so grateful with yourself in the long run that you did that than if you stay, because you'll be looking at yourself down the road like, man, I got so much that I wanted to do, but you doubted yourself. You got to believe in you. Look, when it comes to all this, the Heavenly Father is always going to be with you as long as you keep him there and you keep in touch with him. But look, man, if you do not value yourself and if you don't believe in you, none of your dreams will ever happen. I Promise you. I promise it. If you do not believe in yourself, your dreams will not happen. You got to believe in you. You got to get rid of the noise in your circle, right? Kendrick Lamar is saying, turn the TV off. Turn his TV off. Turn your TV off too. When I say that in a sense, I mean the naysayers, all those people, turn that crap off. Turn it off. Don't even put that on your TV. Like when you're looking on your phone, you're scrolling, and if you're seeing somebody on your friends list who dislikes you, no doesn't respect you, no has uh weird animosity and vibes and energy towards you, why you got them on there? Why? I'm 31 years old. I'll be 32 in like 5 or 6 months, something like that, in July. So 5 months. I did not learn this until I was probably 28 or 29. But man, I started getting rid of people off my social media because they were negative. They may be doing something that I'm just like, they may not really like me. They may just be, one of those people that don't support, whatever it is, man. Like, you got to get rid of that negativity. You got to believe in you. It's the number one most important thing. You got to believe in yourself, right? Even when you have doubts, I understand you're going to have doubts. Trust me, I have them too. About myself, about my situation. You're gonna have doubts because that's the nature of this thing. See, everybody wants to tell you, "Hey, man, you gotta believe in yourself. You can't doubt yourself." But they're not. They're they're not giving you the real. Let me say that because us as humans, we are people. You are going to feel doubt when your situation isn't going the way you are wanted to. But it's up to you to either hang in there and fight through it. And I spoke about this. Oh, back to the point. Now I remember the point that I was going to talk about on TikTok. I made a post, and sometimes you merely allowing yourself just to continue, you just existing in the moment sometimes is just enough because you didn't work so hard, you didn't fought through all this crap, and you've been trying to get through all this stuff, and you've been dealing with everything, and you just get to a point you're like, man, I can't. Remember earlier when I talked about how the Heavenly Father may just want you to be still? You may get to that point where you just need to exist for a day or two, right? And the reason why when I say just exist, I mean just keeping yourself in it. You're like, man, I'm mentally exhausted. I'm physically exhausted. I don't got nothing else to give, man. I ain't got nothing else to give right now. I can't give you nothing right now. Right? In that situation, the Heavenly Father maybe is just telling you to be still and you just need to stay grounded. But that's what I mean when I say you just need to exist in that moment. No working, no nothing. Just stay grounded and just try to relax. It's not easy to relax. You might not even be able to really relax in that situation. So what I feel like people are giving is they're giving motivation, which is good. Guys, this is not for me to bash people. Look, this is a safe space for everybody. But I want to give you guys the real feelings because I know this is what everybody's feeling. Everybody's like, man, I see this message and it's just telling me I just got to keep going. You do got to keep going. But I want to speak to you and tell you, I know everything that you're feeling because I felt it. So continue to allow yourself to keep going. Sometimes just means even being still for a day or so. Now, that don't mean all the time now, y'all. Don't take that and be like, man, Brandon just told me just to exist. Nah, you gotta, there's a couple days you can do that, but you're gonna have to, after that couple of days of that mental break or whatever, you gotta start trying to come up with the ideas and start praying and start working at what am I going to do to try to get to where I'm trying to get to. So it's a steady push. That's why I say the dream is the journey. The dream is not money, bro. The dream ain't all the money that you're hoping to make and all the houses and cars, all the girls you're trying to get, all the men you're trying to get. Like, it's not that, man. All the gold jewelry is not that, man. When you can understand that the dream is the journey, and this is for me, this is for everybody. I'm talking to myself here, bro. When you can really understand that the dream is the journey, then you start being more grateful for your life. Because if you can be grateful for the little to nothing that you have now, how grateful will you be when you have what you dreamed of? And even more. Because for a lot of y'all, a lot of us, we all in this together. A lot of us, man, we don't even know. We're on the verge of breakthroughs. We're on the verge of breakthroughs. We're on the verge of that breakthrough coming to help our careers and whatever aspect, angle, career, whatever we're trying to do in life. We're all, if you're watching this, I believe that we are on the verge of the breakthroughs happening for us, right? We can't walk away right now. We got to see this thing through. It's very hard. It's difficult. I hope it doesn't last. All the difficult and hardships doesn't last much longer for us. But I believe we're on the brink of breakthroughs. And right now, we can't give in. That means you need to take a day or two to give yourself a mental break. Take a day or two for that mental break. But we can't give up right now. We are on the verge of being able to change our bloodline, our family for generations to come. I believe that, man. I really do. I don't say that just to be like some person that, like, oh, if you're watching this, you're going to get blessed. I'm not saying that to say that. I'm saying it because if you're watching this, I know what type of cloth you cut from. I know that your situation, my situation, are probably similar. I'm trying to get somewhere in life, and it's just been very hard to get somewhere. Um, because I relate with those situations with everybody. I really do, man. And I believe that for us, man. And I'm hoping that everybody will take the angle of, man, we just gotta try to hang in there the best we can. Sometimes it ain't about trying to be the toughest dude, the toughest girl. It ain't about trying to be the toughest person, bro. We've been through all the tough times. We tough already. We know that. But we're not trying to be the hard ass, the hardest person in the room, the macho, we're not trying to be we trying to go somewhere in life. We're trying to really do something for our lives, right? So it ain't about putting nobody else down, trying to put ourselves above anybody else. Man, it's just merely about us chasing our legacy. And we can't let that slip away by us giving in. So thank you guys for being tuned in. First episode back. We're gonna be on a more consistent basis. I think we're gonna do every Friday, y'all. So I appreciate everybody that's tuned in. I hope this helped somebody. It helped me. I know, I'm learning as well too. I always talk about that. Always be a sponge. Always be willing to learn and grow. No matter how good you get, no matter how far you go, always allow yourself to grow. Because the moment you stop allowing yourself to grow, you think that you're too good, you know too much, you know everything. That's the day you're no longer living, whether you're breathing or not. So keep it going. The dream is a journey. Never give up. We're gonna try to. We got to keep pushing, y'all. To the next episode. Peace, blessings, y'all. Brandon. Let me check in with everybody real quick. Hey, Alexa. Thank you, man. Thank you. Looks like I got two Alexas. Philip, what's up, bro? I'm doing good, bro. Good to hear from y'all. Thank y'all for speaking to me. Y'all see me through the window right there? Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one, all right? I'm gonna chop it up with y'all. Be blessed.